Can you imagine what society would be like and how different things would be if there was no texting? An article on journalstar.com from August 28th, 2009 said that 71% of 17-year-old cell phone users talk on their phone or text their friends daily, while only 38% say they talk to their friends face-to-face daily. As you can see by this, texting has definitely changed the way that we communicate and has changed society. I'm going to show this by discussing the history of texting, some ways that texting has changed the way we communicate, and also some dangers of texting. The first area that I'm going to discuss is a little bit about the history of texting. There's a general misconception about who the first person to send the first text message was. Many people believe it's Edward Lance, but in 1989, but this isn't true. And the reason that it didn't count is because he sent the message through a beeper. According to Sophisticated Edge, Raina Fortini was actually the first person to send a text message. This went from New York City to Melbourne Beach, Florida. During the 90s, texting wasn't very popular and was pretty much designed to be used by the hearing impaired. But during the year 2000, it became a lot more popular. Sweden was the early leader in texting because many individuals own multiple cell phones. Recently, the United States has caught up to the European countries and texts a lot more. And with the development of texting, there also came a change in the way that we communicate. I think there's been both good and bad things that have came from the development of texting. An article from sch-nonstop.com says that texting someone could be more polite than actually calling them, in case they're busy, and then they can reply whenever they want to. I think it also makes people more comfortable, and they may be more willing to talk to somebody that they might not know too well. According to eHow, scholars in almost every practice think that texting is a good thing, and it helps them communicate better and get things done easier. Along with these good things that texting has brought, it also has had some negative effects. I think there's some situations that need to be dealt with face-to-face that are now being taken care of through texting, which I don't think is a good idea. I think it also has had a negative effect on spelling and grammar because people are always trying to shorten their words and make the messaging faster. Along with the changing ways that we communicate, the development of texting has also brought about some dangers. One of the largest dangers with texting is texting while driving. And as you can see here, there's a picture of a wreck that somebody had because they were texting and driving. And people say that texting and driving is almost as bad as drinking and driving. So this says don't operate under the influence. And I also have a graph here that shows the reaction times while reading, texting, or being impaired by something else. And going 35 mile an hour and 75 mile an hour, the texting has the slowest reaction times. There are also health issues that are associated with texting, such as text thumb and circulation issues in your forearms. Text thumb is an inflammation of the tendons in the thumb, which is just caused by too much texting. In conclusion, I think texting has definitely changed society and the way that we communicate. To prove this, I've just discussed the history of texting, some ways that texting has changed the way we communicate, and some of the dangers of texting. Thanks for listening.